Right.
They always drank with their meals.
Yeah.
I told you. Dad said those crazy Americans drink on an empty stomach.
Yeah, it's so true.
He could never.
We're doing a movie.
Huh?
Say hi.
Say what?
It's a movie.
It's a movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not good in movies. You're good.
No, wait, I want to hear the rest of the story, though. Your dad would say the crazy Americans.
Oh, he said, when I first came to America, I couldn't get over it. The crazy Americans drink on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
And they never drank unless it was with a meal.
Ah.
You never, I saw my dad happy.
Yeah.
Like that picture I showed you, he looked happy.
Yeah.
I could tell he
Yeah.
had a few more than usual.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no, they never.
Yeah.
They never did.
Because I remember your dad, my grandpa,
Yeah.
that we would always give him booze for
Yeah.
birthdays and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
So he drank, but not.
Oh, he drank, but
Yeah.
never to excess.
Yeah.
Well, I used to go to the Mealy picnics
Yeah.
and drive him.
Mhm.
I'd drive him there and I'd drive him home.
Yeah.
Because that was one time that he overdid.
Yeah.
Because he just loved
Yeah. The
his
part.
fellow workers.
Yeah.
He was the boss. You all want to
Uh,
buy him a beer or whatever.
which place was that? Where he worked?
Mealy Printing Press.
Oh, the printing
and
press.
Manufacturing
Uh
company.
huh.
Yeah, and he worked there, I don't know, 40 some years or
Uh huh.
whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize he worked at that one
And
place.
listen, when it was the Depression, he was out of work only for 2 months.
Wow.
Because they'd have lost the house at 3125.
So you were like a teenager when the Depression hit, right?
Well, it was in the 30s, and I was born in 1960.
Right. So just
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I was a teenager.
So you remember.
But we were all in the same boat.
Right.
Everybody was poor.
Yeah.
All my friends, we played ball. That's why we did what we did, play ball under lights,
Mhm.
and people would come and throw in a few pennies to a pot to pay for the lights.
Oh.
It was such a wonderful time, really. And as I say, all the men dated most of the women
Yeah.
and married them.
Yeah.
Evie was our center fielder, and Tony was on the men's team. Oh, God, we had such a good time. I can't believe it. So they're up there on pictures of
Yeah.
what happened, and
Yeah.
those were the days. You see that one picture I hung out sheets, and Gail's a little girl there.
Yeah.
And there's Vivian and all, Helen Donovich, all the Croatian girls, and cheers to those days.
Hey.
When you heard about Pearl Harbor?
It was a housewarming.
Oh my
And
God.
I was sitting at a table or at the bar, and they broke in. At the time it was happening in Pearl Harbor. And I tell you, of course, we're all shocked.
Shocked.
Well, then later on, this Tony Brackman went into service, and of course Rudy went, and Wally was in war work. They were making telephones for the
Oh, really?
Army.
Is that what he did? I didn't know what he did. Yeah.
That's what saved him from going. Otherwise,
Uh-huh.
he and Johnny Brockman was a barber,
Yeah.
but he had a high number. See, they were going by numbers, so he didn't have to go in either.
Why? Because they needed barbers?
No, because his number was so high.
Oh, it was high. I see. As opposed to low, which would mean you had to go.
Yeah, so, the low guys all went in, but
Yeah.
here the barber, he should have gone. I mean, he
Yeah.
wasn't needed, really.
Right.
Well, he could have cut the soldiers' hair, so
Yeah.
he probably would have done that maybe, but
Yeah.
I remember, Eleanor was happy too, because
Of course.
he didn't have, and I was, well, I figured Wally would because of his war work. They needed telephones.
Yeah.
So AT&T was their big
Mhm.
maker of phones.
Mhm.
So anyway, but it's funny. I remember being elected to the honor senate or something, and I said to Mom, this is in the 30s. I said, "Gee, Mom, I need a new dress." Oh, she said, I can't afford to buy you a new dress. And Rudy said, "Mom, it's a very big honor for
Yeah.
her to be selected in the honor senate, so she'll be on the stage," which I was. So she bought material and made me a dress.
And she was a wonderful seamstress.
That's how
Yeah.
hard it was. We didn't
Yeah.
and then, as I say, I don't know if Dad was out of work. I remember that's the only time I ever saw my father cry.
Really?
Well, they had a mortgage to
Yeah.
pay. How's he going to pay the mortgage?
Oh,
Nobody had any money.
yeah. But how did they manage? They just
Well, then he got his job
job
back.
back and then
They had to make stuff for war for
right. So
troops.
the war.
So for the
Yeah.
war, see, at war, that's
Yeah.
what does it. And so he went back to work, and Mom made buttonholes on soldiers' uniforms.
Really?
Yeah,
So she got work then
she
too.
worked downtown, yeah, and with Mr. Bassich, Mr. Churchill Bassich, Olga's father, Olga
Mhm.
Churchill Bassich, but they named it to Bassich.
Mhm.
Cut off the Churchill.
That's Marty's family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Johnny died, I think, sometime in the 20s. See, we lived in Berwyn then.
Mhm.
I went to 5 grammar schools.
Wow.
When I came to Brookfield, I remember the teacher saying, I have to tell you children that Lillian is only here for 2 months and she does better than
Yeah. Then you people that have been here all year.
Miss Halligus. But, school was always the easiest thing in the world for her.
Yeah.
I was just
Came easy for
kind
you.
of lucky, maybe dumb but lucky.
Now, where were you when you heard that D-Day, or
D-Day, we were home
Yeah.
at 3523 Maple.
Mhm.
I still saved the license plates over there. See them over there on the floor? Behind your mother?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I gave Pammy that car, but I wanted the license plates.
Yeah.
And I remember everybody was running around screaming and hollering and happy.
Yeah.
Naturally, it was
Yeah.
D-Day, so.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's just incredible, those days. Just incredible, now when you look back, it was a part of history.
Yeah.
Which you never thought of then.
Now, what happened when when they bombed Hiroshima? Because Dad, your brother, was over in
Yeah,
the South Pacific then, right?
That was the
Yeah.
atomic bomb.
You're right. So, I mean, how did you hear about that?
Well, it was, did we have a TV by then?
It would have been the
Well, the
40s.
radio.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always listened to the radio till we had.
But were Americans at that time, were they excited about that, or were they like horrified by it? Or it must have been a strange feeling,
I
right?
think we're.
I don't think anybody really understood initially
No,
Yeah.
what
I
it
didn't
was.
understand, and
Yeah.
plus I think it was kind of a happy, unhappy feeling
Yeah.
that we would do this to kill.
But it ended.
But it ended the war,
Which
which
had been going on.
which saved lives.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Are we gonna keep fighting and killing
Yeah.
and killing this way to
Yeah.
end the war?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that was always the justification, right? That they
Yeah.
said in the long run, less people died than
Yeah.
if the war continued.
well, that's right.
Less of our people died.
Less
Yeah.
of our people.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. I always wondered about that, like in the moment,
Oh.
what you all felt. Because, see, for me, it's just in
So
a.
the picture, we must have had TV, or was
Yeah.
it some later years?
Or maybe, you know what, when you'd go to a movie, remember in those days they do those clips, those
Yeah.
newsreels. You probably had newsreels.
Pathé
Yeah.
News, Pathé News was.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering
Yeah.
if Barry's going to come in his Cadillac or his.
Oh.